Southern 500 race day as we get the prelude to the Southern 500 here on the channel right now. We will still have our full live commentary flag-to-flag coverage for you beginning at 5:30 Eastern Time today. This stream is only going to be about an hour or so. It's a quick truck race. Figured, hey, let's get it in today. It's been a couple days since the last truck race. We haven't ran a Truck Series race on the channel since, I think, Tuesday night was the last one. That was at the Old Spice Speedway. We did get the win in that race. As for this one here today, we'll be starting at the back, Meadow Creek. It's a half-mile short track. It's basically a half-mile version of Pocono. So think of Pocono, the 2.5-mile tricky triangle. This is the tricky triangle on a half-mile racetrack. It is very short, and it's only a 200-lap full race. So let's get into this thing, and it's going to be a wild ride just to try to get through the front of the field here. Green flag is in the air, and we are racing at Meadow Creek. 6th race of the season. Kind of taking it easy here. This first lap or so of the race, going to have to find a way to get around these trucks. Jam-packed, especially at the tail end of the field here. 187 truck leads the opening lap. A lot of braking. And we've got quite a few rivals in the truck race. If you remember our Old Spice Speedway race, we were getting banged around quite a bit in that one, despite getting the win. A little contact with Todd Bodine after hitting the inside wall. Hit the 117 truck. All right, well, that's not a clean start. I made one pass, and then I made a mistake. Hit the inside wall that one time, and oh boy. I don't know what happened there, but I was able to pass 3 cars in one corner, including the 3-wide pass on Eric Darnell and Todd Bodine. I can really sail it off into the corners. I feel like this truck is quick. There's just so much traffic in front of me. Trying to get as close to that wall without touching it as possible. That's going to be the key to making passes here. I can't do that. I've done that twice now. Fighting to get back down to the bottom again. Dive underneath Hornaday using that apron in turn 2. Yeah, that was better. And the short tracks are my strong suit on NASCAR 07. That's been well documented no matter what series they seem to be in. It's a matter of trying to rip through all this traffic is the hard part. I feel like the slower I take the corner when I'm side by side with somebody, that's when I tend to get loose. It's very difficult for me to run side by side. Musgrave looking to make the 3-wide move. Bottom of the racetrack. Underneath Bobby Hamilton trying to make the pass. Still side by side. Side by side for a whole lap with the 18 now. And clear. And now alongside Craig Kinzer in the 47 next. Richard Carr Sr., thanks for tuning in. Oh, we got somebody blowing up. Oh my gosh. Somebody just hit that truck behind us. Heavy contact back there. One of the fantasy trucks blowing an engine just a few positions ahead of where Musgrave was running. Got to the bottom of the track eventually, but had a little contact that stacked a lot of those trucks up in the pack behind him. We almost had a crash off turn 1. as the 101 and the 6 get together. The 6 of David Reagan, fantasy driver in the 101. And that allowed for a few free positions to be made there by Musgrave. Gets by Legacy. And up to 16th already. Not bad for the first 15 laps. So easy to overdrive the corners on entry here. There's a pass on the 101. All clear, sliding up. Just wanted to get back into that gas as soon as possible to try to clear that truck. Didn't want to be side by side too long. And now Musgrave's into 15th. Not gonna lie, I'm surprised I'm executing the corners as well as I am with no practice or qualifying. The setup doesn't feel bad. It does feel a little tight. But it's so easy to hit that inside wall. I've done it twice already in turn 3. I haven't done it anywhere else on the racetrack, but turn 3 I've done it twice. So hard to arc every one of these corners off because there's not much straightaway between every single turn. I mean, usually I have 2 turns, like 2 separate corners on a half-mile short track. This is 3 separate corners on a half-mile short track. I mean, you have like 2 seconds of straightaway between every corner, 2 to 3, and that's it. Patrick Shadley, thanks for tuning in also. Another pass made by Musgrave. Up to 14th. Glad to catch a video game stream. Yeah, appreciate you tuning in. Kind of a spur of the moment one. Racing as Ted Musgrave for this season of the Truck Series. Musgrave was voted as the driver to race as. I had to lift there. I was going to absolutely clobber that 163. Sometimes I'm able to grip up on the apron and not lift if I hit the apex right enough. And sometimes I kind of chop the corner entry off a little too much, and I know I'm not going to make the corner, at least with somebody to my outside. So next lap we'll get by the 163. Lap 25 up to 12th for Ted Musgrave. Still 3.5 seconds off the race lead. Fantasy driver leading all the laps here in the early going. Nice clean pass through turn 3 for 11th. Fastest lap of the race, 17.487, that last lap for Musgrave. I'll tell you what, lap traffic's going to be absolutely brutal at this racetrack. I can already tell. I haven't caught any of my rivals yet. Oh, boy. A little squeeze play by Bill Lester. Musgrave trying to stay underneath him. Still side by side between the 9 and the 22. Lester putting up a fight for 10th, but to no avail. Quickly underneath Aaron Crocker, who's an ally. Contact with the 178. I kind of came up a little, and that driver came down a little. Met in the center of the corner. Nothing major. A little slide job to make the pass in turn 3 for 8th. It looks like Bill Lester followed Musgrave to get by Crocker and this 178 truck as well. Lester up against the wall at turn 2. He's going to lose those couple positions he just grabbed. And then some. He's still stuck on the outside. We have 2 rivals in back-to-back positions just up ahead. 2 seconds off the lead. We definitely have the fastest truck in the field. They're all about making these efficient passes. And here's one of the rivals. In the 116, Musgrave trying to quickly get by cleanly. And he will. Had a chance with that truck getting passed by the 131. Used the 131 as a pick. And then quickly got around that truck as well. And the pass was made. Actually, this might not be a rival. This might be an ally. Oh, he's going to be a rival here pretty soon. Maybe. I can get around him. There we go. He keeps going wide on corner entry. I knew I was going to get him one of these times. There we go. 119 truck going a little bit wide also. Musgrave just buried his truck down into turn 3. Up to 4th. So Musgrave tries to get his 3rd win of the season. Him and Phillips tied with 2 wins apiece. Hans Good has 1 win as well. Phillips won the first 2 races of the year, Daytona and California. Had a rough finish at Atlanta, which dropped him out of the points lead. Wade, thanks for tuning in. Up to 3rd. And here is Phillips in the 191 as we were just talking about him. Side by side for position, and that spot is all clear. Musgrave trying to go after the race lead. Overdrove turn 2 just a little bit, and that caused him to mess up turn 3 as well. Back on the defense just to make sure that Phillips wasn't going to get a big run on him. And Phillips was not close enough to make the pass for 2nd after the mistake by Musgrave. Musgrave right there. For the lead. A little contact. Led that lap at the line. Ted Musgrave out in front for the first time today at Meadow Creek. Phillips up to 2nd after that bump to the 187 truck to get to the lead. Pants Speedway, yeah, it used to be Levi Strauss. The older NASCAR games. Honestly, for some reason, don't remember them changing it to Meadow Creek all those years of playing NASCAR 7 growing up. I think it's because I went so long, I should say, without playing this game up until we picked it up on the channel, that having the Levi Strauss Signature Speedway the first couple times around, I just automatically assumed it was that the entire time. Feel pretty spaced apart for the most part here. Oh, that was a big mistake. Oh, and Phillips into the back of Musgrave after Musgrave got in the wall in turn 1. And Phillips will take the lead for the first time today. It's the 3rd time I've clipped the inside wall. It was the first time I did it in turn 1. It was turn 3 the first 2 times. And Phillips got into the back of the 9 truck. And Musgrave's going to go back for the lead again. I smashed the inside wall again. Come on. Keep making that same mistake over and over again now. I've hit it just as many times in the last 3 laps as I have the whole race. Before that. Lap 50. Musgrave led for 2 laps, lost the lead. 135 truck led for about the first, 36 or so, 37 before we got to the lead. Maybe a little more than that. I might have led for more than 2 laps. There we go. Contact. Oh, boy. I thought for sure Musgrave was going to end up in the wall. And contact trying to cover the bottom quickly on the next truck that almost slid in line. Tell you what, this truck doesn't like to make contact around this track, let me tell you. It is just such a... It's wide, but it races so much more narrow than it looks. There's only one line. And I think that's a lot of the reason. It is really hard to arc a corner off here because of the little straightaway. Musgrave doing the best he can to try to do that. Should be a 1 pit stop race in this one as well. We haven't hit halfway out of fuel yet. We have made it past 50 laps, so 1 stop race here today at Meadow Creek. Could have figured that with it being a half-mile short track, but that is pretty straightforward. Just hit halfway out of gas there. We'll clip into that inside wall, turn 1 that time. Like 3 times in turn 1 and 3 times in turn 3 today. I've clipped the inside wall 4 times just in the last probably dozen laps or less. Which costed us the lead. Get the power down off the exit of the corner sometimes. The truck wiggles quite a bit. It's definitely getting looser the longer the run goes. Just completely overdrove it there. Musgrave is there. Turn 2, gets underneath Phillips. Looking for the lead again. Through turn 3. Contact. Phillips maybe not too happy with that contact. Musgrave wide, up against the wall though. Led 1 lap out of that. Overdrove the first turn trying to clear Phillips and now falls back to 3rd. How long ago did I start? Right before 4 o'clock. I started the race. Payback? He's leading. I did one bump and run on him, and he's already upset with me. Payback sounds a little excessive. What's Timothy Peters and Todd Bodine doing at the back of the pack? Contact with the 130 truck now. He didn't really give me a lot of room up off turn 1 like I thought he was going to. Tried to crowd us. Which led to the contact that time, and now the race leader of Phillips in lap traffic as he tries to get by Timothy Peters. Todd Bodine will be next after that. Great corner through turn 3. Here comes Musgrave, trying to use his teammate Bodine as a pick. Big body slam into the first turn by Phillips. Oh, geez. Body slamming our teammate, too. Trying to drive away. We're good, I think. Oh, we got a slow truck. Slow. Oh, we got almost an accident or something there. Trucks were all over the place. Somebody was trying to pit. I think we had another driver blow an engine. 3 wide now in front of us. Few lap trucks between the top 2. They're still pinballing. And the lap traffic now has just gotten all of a lot more denser in front of the race leader. Nothing about this looks like it's going to be fun. Oh, jeez. Scrape sliding the tires, getting through turn 3. It's like the 119 truck in second now, and Phillips probably back to third. Musgrave overdriving turn 3 again. Even Ron Hornaday and Bobby Hamilton are towards the back of the field. We've only lapped a few trucks. 5 or 6 of them at the most. 2 out of the race. With engine failure. Still caution-free in this one. Both cautions at the Old Spice Speedway in the last race came in the first 30 or so laps of the race. And the last 100 went caution-free. And here is the battle for the lead now at the front of the field. It's not the 119. Different fantasy driver, but it is a fantasy driver nonetheless that is battling. Green truck. Yeah, not the 119. It's definitely putting a lot of pressure here on Musgrave. And he's going to slide underneath Musgrave, looking for the lead. Through turn 3. Clean pass, he's got it. Oh, look at the crossover, though. Trying to use Darnell as a pick. Can he complete the pass? Little wiggle. He does complete the pass. Oh, my gosh. One of my tires is in the red. No wonder this thing's so hard to handle all of a sudden. Tires are burning off of this racetrack. Oh, it's Phillips again. He tries to turn the race leader, Ted Musgrave, but Musgrave holds on. Oh, he's coming at him again. Up the track. Almost caused a big wreck. Couple lap trucks get by, but Musgrave still leads. Jeez Louise. Tried to hook me left. He tried to hook me right. Caused me to overdrive the corner because he shot putting me down to the bottom of the track and I couldn't angle it off. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to hold on. Desperately. Tires are baked. They're cooked. They're done. That's what they are. Take our first field pass back to Todd Bodine for the moment. His tires look all right. Not Musgrave's. But his tires are probably all right because his pace is way off. He's back at 31st. Pass on Darnell for position here. That will move Bodine to 30th. Not sure how many of these next trucks in front of him are a lap down or on the lead lap with Musgrave. Fuel tank getting kind of low, too. Lost the lead. And about to lose second. Tires are fading on the 9 truck of Ted Musgrave right now. Oh, that truck got way loose getting into turn 1. Everybody's tires are shot. I didn't think this track had that much tire degradation on it. My goodness. And we have to go this far on tires, too. Got to go at least 100 laps. I don't know which tire it is that's in the red. It flashed pretty quickly on me, and I wasn't sure which one it was. Phillips back into second. He just made a 3-wide pass for that position through turn 3. And I'd imagine he's coming right after the back bumper of Ted Musgrave, although he overdrove it, put in the wall in turn 1, and he might get passed for second again. Trying to create some separation. There's clean air in front of us now, and there's no lap trucks immediately there. Musgrave focused on just trying to put together some solid corners now. And he drives it in too deep. Had to lift, almost ended up in the wall. Oh, that was on me. That was definitely on me. Oh, and Phillips just moved both trucks up the track and into the wall to get to the lead underneath them. Moved them both out of the way. Musgrave falls to 5th. Bounces off the wall again in turn 1. And it is fair to say I probably burned through my tires quite a bit trying to drive through the field in the early going of the race, but we're fading now. Track looks like it doesn't look like anything really. There's really no track like it. I get what you mean, I guess, in the sense it looks kind of like old school feeling like North Wilkesboro. A lot of trees around the area, kind of in the middle of nowhere. Some mountains. With the sense that it's a triangle, yeah, there really is no track like it. Tires are flashing red. Hoping they can make it to the end of the run. I'm gonna have to short pit. I'm gonna have to pit right at lap 100, split this thing in half, because I don't know if the tires are gonna be able to go much further. I might blow a tire before we make it to the end of the fuel run. We do have trucks pitting right now. I'm gonna still split this thing in half. Maybe we get a caution. We can pit under yellow and trap a few of these drivers around us in the running order a lap down. We've got 2 rivals in front of us, so that doesn't feel great. Parker and Phillips. And Phillips is just pulling away from us right now. 187's onto pit road. Definitely will be a 4-tire stop for Musgrave. Still caution free. Parker into the pits from second. Definitely going to have to deal with these old tires at the end of the race again, too. Lap truck down on the bottom of the racetrack. It looks like Phillips may have gotten held up by a couple other trucks up there because he seemed to have slowed down quite a bit that last corner in turn 3, and now he's got lap trucks in front of him. Still lap trucks holding him up. Oh, coming in. Coming in. Good time to pit there. 4 tires and fuel. They slowed up so much. I don't know what the heck the slow up was for. We're going to pit, though. 4 tires and a full tank of gas here for Musgrave. I don't know how that wasn't a wreck. I wasn't going to pit, but I lost so much time after running in the back of Hornaday, and I came in there, ARCA braked it. Well, the tire didn't pop, so that's good. A little damage to repair there. That was a hard hit to the back of the 33 truck. I don't know if Phillips is pit yet. He hasn't. Slow truck right in front of the leader, Phillips. Phillips lost a lot of time, I will say, staying out. Got 1 lap back. He's 2 laps ahead of the field at the moment. Musgrave just ran his fast lap. Man, these fresh tires feel great. I mean, the truck just feels like it's got so much grip now. Well, we know the tires are going to be just as bad at the end of the next run. So, got to make up as much track position before then as possible. Phillips still on pit road. I'm hoping we just cycle ahead of him and don't have to worry about passing him again, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Now, there he is, trying to get up to speed. Bottom of the racetrack. Yeah, we're going to have to pass him again, unfortunately. Well behind the race leader. I'm not sure what truck is in the lead. Here's Hornaday. Oh, that was terrible. That was terrible. Five seconds off the lead. I mean, it's tough because we get 70 or so laps into this run. We get down to 20, 30 to go. The tires are going to be shot and are going to be losing time. So we got to try to get this time up now while we can. Starts with me having to stop overdriving the corner. I feel like I wasn't doing that early in the race. I was also kind of taking my time getting through traffic, but now that we're in the second half of this one, time isn't on our side anymore. These laps go by so quickly. I mean, we've been racing for less than a half hour. We're already 110 laps in. About an hour away from the start of our Southern 500 stream today as well. Be sure to tune in for that one. Full flag-to-flag coverage for you for this NASCAR Cup Series race Sunday. Big run to get to the inside of the 187. This is for 4th. Musgrave makes the clean pass. Now he's got to try to make the clean pass on Phillips, which is not going to be easy. This is for 3rd. Musgrave under Phillips. Quite a bit of contact there into turn 3. Phillips tries to turn the 9. I wanted to turn him so badly right there. I had him. Oh, man. Truck behind us overdrove turn 2. All right. We don't have time to do this. I'm really trying to take care of my tires. You hate it. Absorb it and move on. Up to third. Now I gotta hope he doesn't get to my back bumper. Stay away from me, sir. He got so ticked off at me for it. And he's been trying to wreck me like 4 times ever since. At least 4, maybe more. I probably lost count at this point. I don't remember us being rivals with each other before that. Side by side for second. Musgrave's got the spot. All right, well. Can't tell what number it is that's leading. Looks like the 178, but I really can't tell. Whoever it is, we know Musgrave's got the fastest truck in the field for the first half of the run. The second half, not so much. We fall off. We probably got a top 10 truck at that point. And with staying caution free and the field's so spread apart, I think we could still get a top 5, even if we start to fall off and I'd lose the lead late. But, wow, this is a lot of lap traffic up here, too. The problem is the race leader's ahead of all this. Most of it, at least. A lot of lap trucks between the top 2 on top of a 2.5 second gap. 80 laps for Musgrave to try to fight through this as cleanly as he can. Turn 1 under Bobby Hamilton. Nice clean pass on him. Does the same on the 128 truck. 126. It's Tingen. All right. Well, we got by 3 of them as smoothly as I could have passed them. Pretty clean. Couldn't be any cleaner. Honestly, probably couldn't have gotten them any quicker either. And still closing the gap. He's still got lap trucks in front of him, too. So that's, you know, more for him to pass on top of potentially holding him up. Not sure what the struggle is exactly. I would imagine it's not as bad as it is for us. Oh, boy. That's going to be 2 easy passes right there. Luckily, the 117 and the 99 of Darnell stayed high after their contact in turn 1. Sometimes the seas part and you have a clear opening like that. Definitely a winnable race here for Ted Musgrave. 1 second off the lead. Oh, that was a big mistake. Big mistake there by Ted Musgrave. Took the inside wall and hit the truck to the outside. Slid the rear tires a little more, which also wasn't good. And right back to just over 2 seconds off the lead again. Honestly, he gets through the bunch of traffic that is up here. He's got a few more cars in front of him yet. But if he gets through all of it, there's like a gap, one truck, a bigger gap before more lap traffic. And he could really start to put some time on us there if we don't get through this quick enough. The good news is I pulled away from third rather. I'm in second. Still got to guarantee ourselves the best finish possible at all costs. Nice slide job on the 121, all clear. Clean pass. Underneath the 135 now. .2 seconds off the race lead here for Ted Musgrave. Drives underneath the 04 of Lagacy. Clean pass on him. Slammed the door shut. First chance he got. So much traffic up here. So much traffic. Second off the lead. Just got underneath the 110. 110 truck crowding Ted Musgrave quite a bit. That's because he's going to try to make it 3 wide underneath Craig Kinzer. Still 3 wide. Into turn 1. A little contact, but clear. All right. Got through the Hornet's Nest. I think Parker is the one that's leading, and I believe he is the rival that's just up ahead. Which is not good for us, but at least we can see the leader. And we know exactly who it is. I don't think he's going to try to wreck me as bad as Phillips, but I guess we don't know until we try to make a pass on him. We do have one more field pass yet to get through as well. We'll do that here pretty soon. Clean pass there for Ted Musgrave. Oh, we got a slow truck up here. Oh, that's going to get us to the lead. Oh, Marvin Shett. Oh, big crash. Right into the truck that was on the bottom of the racetrack. That hurt. I tried to stay in the gas and fit through a gap that was there, but I couldn't keep it off the truck on the outside or the truck on the inside. That truck's still trying to get to pit road. Finally does. It gets up out of the way. And that's going to tighten up even more lap traffic up in front of the leaders again. Got to the lead for 1 lap. Lost it immediately. Marvin Shett in the 192. I'm not sure if that closes a gap from some of the drivers behind us for the position battle. We'll just take our final field pass here to Bodine at the moment, who is a lap down 26. Picked up a few positions, about 4 spots from where he was before the green flag stops. He was in 30th. And this 126 truck might be a spot. I believe it is. Yep, 25th now. A lot of clean air in front of Todd Bodine. I think this guy's only got like 1 top 10 on the season. It has been a rough start for Todd Bodine on this season. Back to Ted Musgrave for the rest of the race. Half a second off the race lead. Still a little over 50 to go. We know the tire wear is a lot at this racetrack. We get to that 20 to 30 to go mark. And we're not going to be as quick as what we are right now in that 5-second deficit to run down the leader, Parker. Oh, contact. There was contact to the back of Marvin Shett from Parker that stacked Musgrave up into Parker. We've got a caution for the first time today. with 54 laps to go. Caution is out. And it might be debris off the 9 truck. Looks like it is. So debris off the number 9 of Ted Musgrave here brings out a caution. We brought out the yellow, so we are going to have to pit here. I'm not sure how many trucks are lapped down. Can't take fuel or tires. I didn't think we even had, damage like that on the truck, honestly. I wonder if that little bit of contact with Parker was just enough to kind of knock it off, but... oh, well. The tires aren't shot yet, so, I mean, we still got about 30 laps on good tires, good enough tires. Try to get back through the field as much as we can here. It's going to be a fight, though. We're going to have a lot of trucks to pass. The lap trucks on the inside of the lead lap trucks. There's definitely more trucks a lap down than on the lead lap, so position-wise, I don't think it's too bad. 13th for Musgrave right now. 50 to go here at Meadow Creek. Green flag back in the air, got to the bottom of the track pretty quickly, all things considered. Got 2 spots right off the rip. A lot of these lead lap trucks are on the outside. A lot of 2 and 3 wide racing up here. It is a mess of trucks as Musgrave drives back into 10th. We're using this middle to upper groove, 2 and 3, and doing all we can to try to not make contact. Sailing it off into the corner. It's hard to tell who's on the lead lap and who isn't. The trucks that we're passing, but squeezed by the 135 there. Last like 4 trucks or so all lapped down. It's a big dive getting into turn 1. That was aggressive. Didn't really do anything. I'm still side by side with Crocker. I don't think I gained or lost time there. Three by 3. 3 wide in front, 3 wide alongside. This is very tight. A little contact in front of us. Musgrave didn't make contact with anybody, though, so that's good. I wonder if a track like this would actually be as entertaining as this race has seemed to be. A lot of comers and goers. I definitely think it would equate to a lot of beating and banging. It looks like a dangerous track, though, too. A lot of very awkward angles. You lose the brakes or something, you're going head-on into a wall. And these speeds are still up. I mean, we're carrying over 100 miles an hour pretty much every corner around this racetrack. Center truck, Cup cars would be a little quicker than that. Pass made for 6th. Still 40 to go this time by. It looks like Parker's back in the lead. Fortunately, having to be back in traffic there. We have Bo Phillips in front of us again as he is currently 5th. We know he's going to try to wreck us. Gerald Landry, thanks for tuning in. Starters for your roster. Yeah, last week of the regular season for the Fantasy League, but points will reset for the playoffs. Oh, gosh, that was a terrible corner. Yeah, I got to shut that off quickly. Get back in rhythm here. 3 seconds off the lead. A lot of pressure from behind. Started losing time to the trucks up in front of us here. It's definitely starting to free up a little bit, but it's not terrible. I would think that the leaders are going to catch lap traffic before the end of the race. With that one caution that we had, but no guarantees. Anything else you need to do other than set your lineups now? Make sure you do the head-to-head picks if you haven't, for the bonus points. And then obviously if you're watching the race later, at the end of stage 2, you're starting 5 locks, so you'll have to make sure if somebody gets knocked out of the race for whatever reason earlier, is just not running as well as you would have thought that you had in your lineup, then put them in your garage so you don't get credited for points with them. Yeah, the right front tire is definitely going to be the first to go into the red. Both fronts in the yellow. It's not bad right now. Musgrave's still gaining time on the leader. It's just a lot of trucks to pass to get there, and Parker's pulling away from everybody else at the moment. Drive to the inside of the 178. 4 spots side by side. Turn 1, turn 2, side by side in 3 again. And Musgrave is clear. Breaking back into the top 5. Backed up turn 1 beautifully there. Great corner through turn 2, closing quickly on Phillips in the 191. Fast lap that time for Musgrave. To the inside of Phillips, out of turn 1. Oh boy, my speaker cracked a little bit with that contact. On my TV, I think. Well, we'll contact with Phillips. We knew it was going to get dirty there, but Musgrave holds strong and is up to 4th. Cost him a little time. Has to make this quick move for 3rd. Great pass. One corner got around him. Haven't seen that a lot today. That cliff point of the tires hasn't happened yet. It will be happening soon, though. I got to get my laptop on a charger. I hate to pause it this late in the race, but I'm going to have to. I thought I could make it without having to plug it back in again. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Hate to have the stream cut out that late in the going, but better than losing it completely. Alrighty. We'll pause before the that's part of the race here. Size, thanks for tuning in also. Alright. Now I got to get back in a rhythm again. Gosh darn it, I knew that was going to happen. I hate pausing it. Just for that reason, I knew that was coming. The first corner or two after I unpause it, I'd get out of a rhythm and overdrove it, lost a little ground to the 187 truck. I think Parker's going to go on to lead the most laps of this race now. 187 led a lot at the beginning. Musgrave for second. Clear. Clean pass. Really hoping we slid clear there. I carried a lot of speed through the center of the corner. If I didn't clear, I was going to squeeze him up into the wall. I don't know how this is going to turn out for both of us, but Musgrave was committed. He made the pass, and now he's going to try to go after the leader, Parker, who's quite a ways out there. No lap trucks between them. 2.4 seconds is the difference between first and second place. Tire's not in the red on the tire wear indicator yet, so that's good. Scrape into the wall. That's not good. Musgrave have anything for Parker. Pretty even that last lap. Once the tires get into the red on the tire wear indicator, we're going to more than likely start losing time to them. I'd say we've saved our tires better this run than we did that initial run in the race, because they were in the red already at this point. That first tire stint, but not on the second one. $20 to go. Musgrave trying to go back to back. Can he do it? That was a great corner through turn one. Down to 1.4 seconds off the lead. And one lap truck just up ahead. Nine-tenths of a second off. And there definitely will be lap traffic for the leaders here before the finish. This 117 truck is going to be the first one. Stephen Hooten, thanks for tuning in. Well, let's start with a great day if we can get a win here. Oh, we're shoving. A little contact with the 117. He kind of came down on me a little bit on the straightaway. Otherwise, I think we were going to make the exit of the corner. Slowed us down a little bit, but not much. Oh, Parker went wide through turn 3. 15 laps to go here at Meadow Creek. Door was open there for a brief moment. Can Musgrave get his truck in there? Sails it into 3. Just can't get underneath him. Turn 1. Musgrave maybe there. Gets chopped off into turn 2. Just can't quite get underneath him yet. Have to work on getting a little closer. Got back in the gas real soon there. Just kept it off the wall. Gained a lot of ground through turn 1. Parker went wide. You can tell these two trucks are sliding all over the place. Tires are old. They're in the red on the tire wear indicator. We know we don't have the best truck now. Got to take advantage of the track position. And to the lead with 12 to go. Musgrave out in front. Can he hold on with more lap traffic looming? Not a mistake we can make. 10 to go. Parker goes wide in turn 1. He's missing corners. I'm missing corners. There is no grip in these tires. They're well ahead of third place on back. It's going to take a lot for the rest of the field, for the rest of the leaders, I should say, to catch up to the top 2. He might be the king of bad blocks. I try to make some good ones if he does get close enough. It's hard to block here, though, because I feel like if I block, I'm going to miss my corner. If he gets underneath me, he's just going to be there. And get the truck to turn all the way to the bottom there in turn 2 or 3. A lot of bottom open again. Decent drive off. 7 to go. Using a little more brakes to try to make turn 1. That was good. The next truck behind the top 2 is a lapper. And you can see on the track map on the upper right-hand corner of the screen, there's a big gap back to 3rd behind that next lap truck behind the top 2. A lot of time lost in turn 1 there for Musgrave. Parker trying to get his first win of the season. Trying to be the 3rd fantasy driver to win a race already this year. He got a run. He's there. Oh, he puts the bumper to Musgrave. The bump and run to get to the lead with 5 to go, but it's not over. He did it a little early. Well, I know he did it to me, so I can do it to him. I mean, that makes it right, I guess. Gotta make sure I don't overdrive the corner trying to get there, though. Tires are worn, but you can see it on both trucks. Three to go. Musgrave underneath the leader. Might make a clean pass. He doesn't need the bump and run. Got to complete it here in turn 3. And Musgrave does. 2 to go. Got him back. Now we just got to hope he doesn't try the bump and run again. There we go. A little drive away in turn 2. One more lap for Ted Musgrave. Gapped him through turns 2 and 3 there. Final lap of the race. I don't think the lap traffic's going to be a factor here. They're in front of us, but they're not in front of us to pass. That was a big mistake. That's all right. We had enough of a gap. Ted Musgrave wins at Meadow Creek. That was not a clean final lap. Messed up turn 2 pretty badly. It wasn't close enough to get to my bumper, though, in 3, so we still survived. Let's go. Little Polish victory lap. 3rd win in 6 races to start the season for Musgrave. Will expand his points lead here tonight. That was a good race. Let's go. I didn't lead a lot. 37 laps led. Parker led the most. 78 of 200 for him. 1 hour, 2 minutes, 52 seconds total time of the race. 1 caution, 22 lead changes, 1/10 of a second margin to victory, and the average race speed was 95.42 miles per hour. T. Bell finishes in 3rd. I think that was a 187 truck, if I'm not mistaken. Bo Phillips finishes in 4th. H. Jackson 5th. Wilson Eubanks led 4 laps, finished 6th. C. Simpson finishes 7th. C. Vance 8th. David Reagan 9th. Marvin Sheth rounds out the top 10. As we had just 14 trucks finish on the lead lap. Our teammate Todd Bodine finished a lap down in 21st. A lot of the big names finished in the back half of the field. 3 DNFs for engine failures. It was GT, R. Clausen, and Jay Thomas, 3 fantasy drivers who DNF'd in this one. Again, 1/10 of a second margin of victory. And we will take a look at the point standings before we end the stream. Once again, a reminder, we will be live for the Southern 500 full flag-to-flag coverage at the bottom of the hour, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. We will be live for that. So hope to see you for our full coverage there. regular season finale. So expanding the points lead, 133 points ahead of Bo Phillips, who's now back into second place in the standings. We came into this race with barely over a 100-point lead over Van Dyke, who now falls to 6th. Tough race for him. We were 101 points ahead, and now we're 133 ahead. So we expand our points lead by 32. So Lester up to 4th. That's good, back to 7th there. Only 3 different winners in the first 6 races. 3 for me, 2 for Phillips, and 1 for Good. So that will end the stream. Next race will be at Dover, 200 laps there. Hope to see you for that one and many others. But first, again, we will be live for more NASCAR content here today. It'll be live commentary coverage from the Darlington Raceway Southern 500 bottom of the hour, 5:30 Eastern, with our pre-race coverage, break down the points, scenarios coming into the night of the regular season championship, predictions, and more. We'll highlight the Fantasy League as it is the finale for that as well here today. So big night coming up with this Crown Jewel event. Hope to see you then. Thanks for watching this pre-opt NASCAR 07 stream. Hope to see you soon.